What's going on, guys? It's me, Louie, with First Generation Garage. That's how I'm going to call my YouTube channel for now on. First Generation Garage, because now I own all first three Firebirds. First Generation Firebirds, which is 67, 68, and 69. This one here being my 68. That I just purchased what was it, November 9th, I think, of 2021. Well, this car is a real original car. I mean, all these panels that I'm finding here are pretty much original. I just started taking some things off, checking the car out to see how much work I have ahead of me. This is going to be a long progress. I will not be doing this car very fast. I'm taking my sweet time. Like I mentioned before, the faster I go through these cars, the more addictive I get to go buy another one. So that's done for me. This is actually going to be my last bird, and for me to have in my collection. I'm done. Well, like I said, she's really original. An original 6-cylinder 3-speed manual on the floor. So I just took off the rocker moldings, which is on the ground there of the garage, and the other side. This rocker looks like I could save it. Looks pretty solid. I checked it all around, inner and outer rocker. Doesn't look bad at all. This rocker, which is the passenger side rocker. Now, over here, which is the trunk pan, I will have to put the whole trunk pan on this car because she's pretty rusty. She's pretty rusty over here at the trunk pan. Yeah, so I'm thinking about taking out the rear tail light panel here, taking that out. So for when I actually get the new full floor for the trunk, I will slip it, slide it right underneath here, and then I get everything here new and welded up. And she gets welded here. This pinch welds there that you have to weld, and over here at the inner wheel well over here, I would just cut this and repair this until I have somewhere to weld new metal to weld the new floor. Yeah, she's pretty crusty over here by the shock mount too. This side, the other side don't look bad, but this side. So I'd rather just replace the whole thing. Have to repair here also. She rotted right through. But this car, pretty solid car. I went through it and I found very little filler. I don't even think it's filler, to be honest with you. I think it's old layer of paint so far. Well, that's what I have found. Now, for this rocker over here, driver's side, she's pretty shot. The lower fender, which is common on these old cars, they always rot out of there. I'll be putting a patch on that. Over here, I will replace the whole outer rocker skin. She had a damage here. I believe the car was hit on the front, and this fender came in and the door got pinched, and whoever had the car way before me tried to open the door and it creased it a little here. I'll do some body work on that. I'm trying to get this fender out like that. Every time I open that door, I won't be pinching it and rubbing it. Get that solved out. Now this is the front of the car and the engine bay. I'm so happy I have the electrical, all the electrical for this car. I thought I was missing it the first day I went to go see the car, but it's all here. I will do some repairs to it and go through the whole wiring. I always do on these cars. I always go through the whole. I went for my 67 Firebird. I literally went through the whole wiring from scratch. This car was wired crazy when I first bought her nearly 20 years ago. So I have a lot of work to do ahead of me. I plan to take all the front apart. I should say the whole front clip is coming out. Subframe is coming out. Because I also plan to put a whole floor on this car. A whole floor pan is also going to go inside this car. And I seen videos where they sneak the floor through the bottom. And I also got a lot of tips from different Firebird lovers like myself that on the coupe, I should go through the bottom. So that's the approach I'm going to go. Like I said, my goal right now is to take everything apart from the front. I had to take out the rear axle and all that because the trunk floor that I plan to get will be the ones with the rear frame rails connected. The rear frame rails connected to it already. And I'm going to take all the glass out. All the glass will come out, which all the glass is here. I just feel like I would need a front windshield. Because the old glass, the lamination on it, they start like delaminating. But yeah, she has a whole lot of work, which is okay. The more you get to do to these cars, the more knowledge you get in your head. And the less afraid you will be to buying a rusted out car like the one I have right here. I think knowledge is power, and there's nothing wrong about learning more and more each day, especially when it comes to something you love. So guys, this is Louis again with the 68 Firebird. Bye-bye.